Hello, how's everyone? I hope everybody's doing fine. I just got a music book. I didn't tell you. I'm afraid if you look at my station, you know that I study music and everything, and I just got a music coach. I just auditioned for a coach, and everything worked out. So um, I'm going to start my lessons again. I've been through so many vocal coaches. I can actually say I'm considered a classical vocalist. Okay, and I studied for many years. I studied maybe, oh boy, it started in 19. I started in 1980. So that's many years, maybe like 40 years I studied classical vocals. Anyway, that's another story. Today we're going to talk about. Now I understand because it's been evolving the way that I wanted to do. Just these recent ex-Jehovah Witness YouTubes, and now I know how I want the format. The format, which it's evolved, and this is very interesting. But I want to make it into more like a conversation, because all my former YouTubes, everything has been so structured. Most of them have been structured, and I study a lot about what I'm going to talk about. But right now, I have a lot going on, but I need to, I like to keep my YouTubes up, especially my present ones. And I want to understand more about how to do this YouTube as far as conversation. So this one is going to be it's basically in the setting of a conversation between you and I. This one is going to be on, let me see, M- okay, being a Christian, being um, a Jehovah's Witness versus a Christian. So this conversation is on being a Jehovah's Witness versus a Christian. So I'm going to start it out. And I came up with this. It was an idea. I prayed about it and everything. Um, because, and I have to say, my being a Jehovah's Witness versus a Christian. So now I'm going to get into it and just, I'm going to go like, how they do the verses thing, like what this one is and what this is. Like, for instance, I want to talk about the first thing is my surroundings, my friends, first of all. Okay, if I have friends as far as being a Jehovah's Witness, I know that, so I guess I would say, since this is a conversation setting, I would say being, as far as friends are concerned, um, being, my friends, just say I'm doing the Jehovah Witness now, being a Jehovah's Witness and having friends, okay, I know that I don't have to worry about, like what I know I'm going to have friends. There's no way. There's some Jehovah Witnesses that don't have friends. They pretty much stick to themselves. And I've had friends who, as Jehovah Witness, who didn't have that many friends. But I'm speaking of myself. I'm the type of person that I know I could have. I could have a lot of friends as far as being a Jehovah's Witness, and I did have a lot of friends. Um, as far now, I'm going to switch over to being a Christian. Being a Christian, I can have a lot of friends. Also, I'm very outgoing, but I'm not settled yet, so I don't have as many friends as I would be if I was a Jehovah's Witness, because now I'm studying a lot, and I'm not really in one mindset. So I know I'm open to a lot of friends, but because of the things that I'm doing, I pretty have just superficial friends now. Although I do have friends, and I've had friends, like when I lived in Denver, many friends, and I really enjoyed them. Now, So that's the one verses. I'm going to go back to being a Jehovah's Witness. Now, as far as being a Jehovah's Witnesses and my friends, I know that I can't, I could really much have fun in the present with them, but there's things that I have to be careful of as far as who I am. I know that if I express to them exactly who I am and the things, as far as my company that I keep and the people that I meet, I know I can't say anything when it that has to do with any friend that I have that's not a Jehovah's Witness. So that's how I am being a Jehovah's Witness. I have to be very careful. I can have a lot of fun in the present, and anything that I talk about would have to be pretty much in a certain level. I couldn't explain to them I couldn't explain to them if I desire to meet other people other than Jehovah's Witness. That's a no-no. So I couldn't express to my friends being a Jehovah's Witness anything like that. About what I want to do, I can't express that either um, because it would not be according to what everybody has to be as far as a Jehovah's Witness. I know that I couldn't express to them that I want to do things that are outside of Jehovah's Witnesses. So that's a lot of limitations. Although I have a lot of friends being a Jehovah's Witness, I have a lot of limitations. I can have a lot of fun, but I can't express myself as much. Now, as far as being a Christian, out of the Jehovah's Witness faith, I could pretty much, if I have a friend, I could pretty much express to that friend and any desires that I have, anything that I want to do, and they would listen to me. And if they have any other desires that they want to do and their end goals, they could pretty much express them to me also. So you see, as far as being a Jehovah's Witness, I have friends, but there's a limit as to how I can express myself and the things I have to talk about. As far as Christian friends that I have outside the Jehovah's Witness, I can pretty much express myself how I feel. I could explain to them that I have a lot of things that I want to do, and I don't have any fears as far as expressing to them. My limits as being a friend, I could pretty much have anybody as my friend that connects with me. I don't have to worry about that. But there's no limits. I know that there's ways that I have to treat my friends since I am a Christian, and if I talk to other Christians, I expect them to respect me also, which also entails is friends out being a Christian. Also, nowadays, you accept everybody. If someone's not a Christian, I can still talk to them, and without wanting them to join being a Christian, but I still can speak with them. So it's pretty much open as far as my friendship is concerned. I'm very careful, because I know that just because someone says they're a Christian, you don't have to believe them, or they could still be a Christian and going in the wrong direction. So, but I have to say that I'm pretty much freer, and I enjoy my friendships as far as being a Christian outside the Jehovah's Witness more than being a Jehovah's Witness. Now, as far as the future is concerned, the future being a Jehovah's Witness and the future being a Christian, being a Jehovah's Witness, I would be afraid. I can't think about the future. Anything in the future, I always have to think about the new world, if the world's going to end or the new world. I don't trust any of the government. I don't trust the government. I don't trust people. I don't trust anybody. The only people I would trust is the Jehovah Witnesses. However, I don't know how in the world things are happening. I just take what's given to me. I mean, I utilize government functions to the best of my ability, to my advantage, but I don't trust them. I don't trust anything. The only thing I think about is the new system and the Jehovah Witnesses, which, which is, I mean, which is very limited also. But I can't look out. I can't look out into the future or plan too much for the future, because I would really pretty much be afraid, because I know this new system could come anytime. Now, as far as being a Christian outside of Jehovah's Witnesses, the sky's the limit. I have planned so many things in 10 years from now, 20 years from now. I mean, being a Christian means that I really trust in God. I speak to Him all the time. I mean, I speak to Him so much that I have to speak to Him in a very informal way. Being a Jehovah's Witness, I have to speak to God in a very formal way, and I will be afraid to explain to Him what I'm doing that doesn't have anything to do with the Jehovah's Witnesses. But being a Christian, I explain to God. Being a Christian outside the Jehovah's Witness organization, I pretty much explain to God everything, all of my plans. I'm not afraid, because I do trust in the governments, because I trust in certain people in the government. I mean, I vote and I want to make the world a better place. So I try my best to vote for, talk to people who have the same viewpoint as I do. And since I'm working all the time, I make sure that if there's something that I want and times get bad, I definitely support the people who see things the way that I see things. So I'm very open to anybody who has the same feeling as I do about the future. I'm not afraid of the future, and I know that if God wants me to stay and God wants me to do my plans, I know that He'll make a way. So as far as being a Jehovah's Witness, I would pretty much be afraid of everything. But being a Christian, I'm not afraid of anything, because first of all, I believe in God. I know He's everywhere, and I know He wants me to do things, anything that I want to do. So I don't have that fear as I would as far as being a Jehovah's Witness. Also, like I said, my relationship with God, where I can't find Him really as being in a Jehovah's Witness setting, but being a Christian, I can find Him. I find Him really quick. Oh, actually, He was always there. I just had to know where He was. Not just that, but I had to get to know Him, how to communicate with Him. It's not just prayers all the time, but it's the way I am. The more I live my life as far as being a Christian, I know that I communicate more with God by my actions, and it brings me closer to God. Although, I mean, I know I do a lot of things, but I make sure that He helps me through my hard times. So I can actually say, it's not that it's just more fun, I'm just saying it's more rewarding as far as being a Christian. Now, what would be the last thing that I was talking about, because I'm going to end this pretty soon. We talked about friends, and we talked about my friends being a Jehovah's Witness, and my friends not being a Jehovah's Witness. I spoke about the future, my plans as far as being a Jehovah's Witness, and my plans as far as not being a Jehovah's Witness, but being a Christian. Now, what would be the last thing that I would talk about as far as this verse is concerned? we talked about friends. I can't go into that. Job, no. Planning, we did planning. Um, let's say cope with problems. Okay, let's say problems, and that'd be the last one that we'll talk about. When I'm a Jehovah's Witness, as far as having problems, it depends on the problem. I mean, like if it's a problem, there's certain problems I can talk about to other people, to my friends, but there's a lot of problems that I can't talk about. If I talk about my problems, it depends on the problem. I just can't talk about my problems to my Jehovah Witness friends unless it coincides with the way we all live our lives. If I did something wrong, I can't talk to my Jehovah Witness friends because then I have to go to the if it's something against what Jehovah Witnesses feel, I would have to go through a judicial meeting, and I don't want to go through judicial meetings constantly. I did have this one friend who would go he would tell me his problem. He did something else. He did something else, and then I would pretty much every week I would have to say, you have to go to the elders. You have to go to the elders, and I wasn't going to the elders. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to the elders all the time. So I have to keep those problems to myself. There's pretty much nobody to talk to. There's no way in the world I'm going to pray to God about it because I don't want him to see me. I don't want him to see the wrong that I've done. If it's something as far as doing something wrong, my problems, I don't know how to pray to God about just regular problems. Just, informal problems. Everything is formal to God. So I wouldn't be able to do that. And I'm not going to even put Jehovah into it. Never even knew who Jehovah was. I know who the governing body was. The governing body, I would know everything about them. And if I wanted to, I couldn't look up the problem because they don't really have good information as far as valuable as to the different problems that we have. I've pretty much been a Jehovah's Witness for a long time, and I know what to do with certain problems. Now, as far as being a Christian, the sky's the limit. If I have a problem, I can look on the internet. Jehovah's Witness, I can't look on the internet. That's the first thing I do is look on the internet. Um, if it's a problem, I think about which friends I have, and then maybe they can help me with the problem. If it's a problem that I did something, as far as doing something wrong, it's not, as far as being a Catholic, that would be different. I can go to confession, but I'm not talking about that now. I'm talking about just a lot of problems that I would just pray. First of all, I would pray to God, and I know He informally because it's just these kind of problems. If I had I'm not talking about real grave problems, just certain problems. Maybe in a relationship. I'm sorry, I keep kicking that thing. So I would pretty much go to, if I'm a Christian, you could pretty much go to God about anything. You can talk to other Christians about your problems, and they'll listen and they'll tell you to pray to God about them. So that's pretty much in your hands, or they give you suggestions. As far as being a Catholic, I could go to the priest and pretty much ask him about any problem. It won't be like a judicial meeting with 4 or 5 elders. It will be more informal type, and I could get some feedback as far as that's concerned. If I want to know, because I left God, if it's something to where I'm doing and I really left the sight of what's right, because you can get into like wrongdoing, and I do it sometimes to where I'm doing something and I know I'm not going in the right direction, and then I had to stop. But God pretty much helps me because I've been with Him so long. But if I needed to help to stop and just like, wait, look at yourself. I'm not talking about grave. I would go to confession. I would ask for help, and that would clear out everything, and it would also put me in the right direction. Okay, so I could do that. So I just wanted to do this tape just to show the Jehovah Witness, because I know Jehovah Witness are listening to this, to show them that your life, you have a more, God wanted us to be free. God wanted us to be more, enjoy our life. Life is so hard anyway. He wanted us to take so many weights off. By being a Jehovah Witness, there's a lot of weights that you put on yourself. You already have problems living nowadays because everything's so hard. And to take all those weights off, and to be able to have a better relationship with God, as far as being a real Christian and not a fraudulent Christian. So I just wanted to say the verses, and those who are ex-Jehovah Witnesses, you have to congratulate them because they made it here. It's very hard to leave the Jehovah Witness, but the Jehovah Witnesses who are listening, if you want your real life and find out who you are, and that's another thing, a Jehovah Witness, you don't know who you are. It's impossible, because you have to worry about the governing body all the time. But as far as being just a regular Christian, you can find out who you really are. So thank you. I'm glad you listened to that one, and I hope to come back with another one pretty soon. I hope everybody's doing fine. Get into the Christmas spirit. We're going to have a beautiful Christmas. Thank you very much.